It's My Brother's an Idiot, the podcast. The number one podcast in the world for 5 old people. And now, here's King Goo. Well, welcome in, everybody. We are happy and sad because football season's over. But that means there's more fun stuff to come. Hi, everybody. Welcome to My Brother's an Idiot. I am the King Goon. The squad is assembled. Mark, what are you doing over there, bud? What's going on?
I'm excited. You guys are all sad because football is gone. Pitchers and catchers are reporting starting this week, and most of them reported today. So spring is here, ladies and gentlemen. Spring is upon us. Baseball season is here. It's baseball, Jake. And we're back. It is baseball time.
All right. MJ, what are you doing?
I have a story to tell.
Oh, by all means.
So on Saturday, I went out with my friend, and we went to this new club. Well, it's not really a club; it's an event space. But they had a DJ there. And so we showed up, and we were hanging out and having drinks, and someone walks past us with a plate of raw oysters, like oysters on a half shell, and we were like, "What the fuck is that?" And we turn around and look, and the only food that they were serving at this establishment were raw oysters. And so someone was brave and went up and said, "Hey, what the fuck?" And they were like, "Well, because oysters are the most carbon positive protein you can get." To which everyone said, "What does that have to do with anything? What the fuck are you talking about? It's an EDM show. Why are you selling oysters? Raw. What the fuck? This place has been open since Thursday."
They were selling them?
Yeah. Like, there was the bar, you could get drinks, and then at the end of the bar, you could get a half dozen oysters.
And that's it.
Mhm.
Booze
Those
and
were
Much
your
for the
options.
oysters.
I don't know. I wasn't that curious. This was, to be fair, this was also an establishment that I walked up to and was like, "Hey, do you have any beer?" And they were like, "No, I have 4 liquors. I have 4 flavors of vodka lemonade canned, and I have 1 cider." And I was like, "I will take a vodka lemonade." So I got my vodka lemonade, and I went and I stood when we were dancing, and someone else walked up, and I was like, "Where'd you get a fucking Modelo?" And he was like, "Oh, they have Modelo." And I was like, "That bitch."
I don't think where you went to is actually going to be called an establishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure this wasn't just an alley somewhere with a DJ
Yeah.
booth?
Is this
No,
that
it sounds
club
like
they
you
raided
wandered
like
into
2
a
weeks ago and they
warehouse.
arrested all those Venezuelan gang members
No, I'm
in Commerce City?
All of them.
Is that where
They
you
got
at?
one.
unironically not joking. So it's like an event space, like it's for receptions and shit. And it opened on Thursday, and we were there on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and say I hosted better parties in people's backyards when I was in high school. So I had better drink selection than that.
But did you have oysters?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Because
Did
why?
you have raw oysters?
Yeah,
No,
you gotta have the oysters.
we had good food. We like tacos and shit.
As someone who enjoyed better than a dozen oysters last night with the progenitor, I can say oysters are delicious, but I can't imagine having them at an EDM joint.
Oh,
Right.
fucking why?
That's a great story.
That's insane.
Oh.
That's nuts.
Tank, you've already announced your presence with authority, but what's shaking, my brother?
I can confirm that it's not fucking spring because my kids had today off and half of tomorrow off because of the snow and cold. So it is not spring. You can take that bullshit and take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because it is -2 degrees here for some reason.
It's cold as hell. It's super cold. The only good thing about that is when it snows and it's that cold, it's like all fluffy and it takes 8 minutes to, yep. Even my massive sidewalk, it's not hard to do, but
there is one big problem
Bitter.
with it though. So we've had 2 incidents where our pipes exploded this year. You guys all know about that? Well, guess what? We had an even bigger one explode. The main line to our entire block and the other blocks and several around us, that one burst last night at 10 o'clock at night and was flooding the street. So we didn't have
pond hockey at your house. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no fucking water today. No water until about 3:00 this afternoon.
Jesus. And the kids are home. Great.
And the kids
Take the girls sledding.
And the wife is home too because she has laryngitis. So
Ooh.
All right. Well, on those unsavory and unhelpful notes, let's move on to the show. We're going to play a little game before we get into Super Bowl React. We're going to play Guess the Random NBA Fucko. And I have prepped none of these folks, except I bounced this idea off MJ. We are going to have the squad guess the names of NBA players based on their nicknames. I have these broken up into easy, medium, and hard. And the last one is absolutely diabolical. We get through the first two sections. I'll let you select which one you'd like to do, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then we'll keep score and see who gets them all at the end. Okay? And we're going to go in this order. So we're going to go MJ, Tank, Mark, MJ, Tank, Mark, MJ, Tank, Mark. Okay?
Okay.
MJ, would you like the easy section, 1, 2, 3, or 4?
I don't think it fucking matters. Pick your favorite number.
My favorite number is
3.
3. The Greek Freak.
I do know this one. Antetokounmpo.
Close enough. I'll give it to you.
I'll count it.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. All right.
I'll count it.
Tank, you've got 1, 2, and 4.
2.
Cat.
I mean, are we talking about Karl Anthony Towns' cat?
We are, yes.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Just making sure.
All right.
He said they were easy.
Yeah. Mark, 1 or 4?
Give me 1.
The Beard.
It's Harden, James Harden.
Absolutely correct. All right, MJ, you get to finish off the easy category.
I forget
With
that he plays
number 4,
basketball still.
Right? I know, the 106.
He's buried in the middle of nowhere.
Right? MJ, you get the Stifle Tower.
Is that Wemby?
No, he's the
No.
alien, and also not on our list. Frank,
Oh.
chance to steal the Stifle Tower.
God, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that Rudy?
That is Rudy Gobert.
Gobert.
Absolutely right.
Matt's favorite
The only
player.
French one I know is
Fuck that
Wemby.
Matt's favorite player.
Rudy's
don't
the
know
other
Fournier?
French one.
Yeah, well, and Fournier, he's still running around.
Oh, that's right. Fourier still plays. That's
Right.
okay.
All right.
I don't think he has a nickname though.
He does.
He
I was
does?
looking this up, yeah, he does. I don't remember what it was, but
Okay.
as I was
Wow.
pulling these off of Google, he does have one. All right, we're into
French
medium.
toast.
Frank, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
2 again.
The Claw.
Oh. See, it sucks because I know the nickname. Now I'm trying to remember who it goes to. Shit. The claw. Oh my
Today,
god!
Junior.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't think of it right now.
All right, Mark, chance to steal. The Claw.
Yeah, I don't have a chance to steal because I can't fucking think of it right now. off the top of my
MJ?
head.
Matt
Jim Carrey.
Smiley.
This is not Matt Smiley.
Smiley.
The Claw is
The
Kawhi
Claw.
Leonard.
Kawhi.
Kawhi
That's
Leonard.
right.
That's cool. It's the eagle claw.
The Eagle Claw.
I knew it
All right.
had something to do with defense, and I couldn't remember who it was.
Michael
Mark,
Jackson.
1, 3, or 4.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, it's an eagle claw joke. 1, please.
Chef.
Oh, fuck. I should know this, but I'm not going to think of it right now. My brain is fried. No, I'm not going to come up with it.
MJ?
Russell Wilson.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Tank. Chef.
It's Chef Curry, right?
Yes, Steph Curry is
Yeah.
correct. All right.
That makes
MJ,
sense.
3 or 4.
Oh, for fuck's sake, again. 3.
Aquaman.
These bitches don't. They play on a court. There's no water.
She
Jason
talked.
Momoa.
Incorrect. Tank.
Okay.
Chance to steal.
Oh my God.
I'll give you a hint.
Sorry.
It is not Snoop Dogg, but shout out to Neil for the comedy.
Aquaman. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that one. Let's see, who would make sense as Aquaman? The dude that played for the Bulls and the Thunder, and I can't remember his name.
Mark,
remember his
Are you
name.
talking
Chance to
about
steal.
Jacqueline Noah? Is that what you're thinking about? The hairy guy?
That's not who I was thinking about. No.
Okay. God, and I had a name, and now I have forgotten the name. What was the nickname we're going with again?
Aquaman.
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 Oh, I do know this one. You know who it is?
I do know who it is.
Gene Mingo.
It is not Gene Mingo.
What?
1 out of 5 stars. Aquaman is Steven Adams.
It's because he looks like Jason Momoa, right?
Kinda
Yes,
looks like
because
him.
he looks just like the
Oh,
fucking guy.
And he played for Chicago, and he played for
just look like him.
Thunder, and he played for someone else, I think.
He has the same hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the hair mostly.
and the tattoos. Got that big
And the
tattoo.
tattoos,
He's-
yeah.
He's from down under. Who did we start there? That was Michaela that started.
That was
all right.
Michaela,
So
yeah.
Tank, you get number 4.
Okay.
Hillbilly Kobe.
Okay, so
This gets all the way around. I'm going to be so
Michaela
happy
actually
if MJ
knows
gets
this. Michaela knows this.
Hillbilly Kobe. I mean, that does narrow it down, and I know it's not the immediate thought. So who is it?
Today, Junior.
Nah, I can't get it right now.
Mark.
I defer my time to the dipshit.
Oh, I saw his name. I looked at him.
She's looking it up
It
right
was
now.
one of. Well, no, I'm not looking it up. I saw it on basketball because I was trying to figure out which white guy I had found a funny name for. He has red hair.
I know
Oh, no.
who the White Mamba is. It's not the same person, is it?
I didn't find a white mamba.
Okay, no, there is a White Mamba. That's why I'm asking.
I didn't find a white mamba.
Okay.
Hillbilly Kobe. Oh no!
I'm gonna see if
I
it's the
saw
same
this.
person. It is not. Okay. I did not know that was his fucking nickname. That's ridiculous.
I don't remember. I feel stupid. I saw it with my eyeballs.
Austin Reeves.
Yeah,
His
that
name.
makes
Austin
sense.
Reeves.
That makes sense.
Right.
He's also, fun fact, he has the second most punchable face in the NBA.
Who's first?
I can't remember his name. The
That
dude in
seems to
Miami.
be a theme.
That fucking jabroni in Miami.
Tyler Hero?
Oh, Tyler Hero.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that's that guy.
No, the White Mamba is Brian Scalabrine.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm saving I'm saving
it
number 4 for
doesn't.
last.
Brian.
Saving
doesn't-
number 4 for last. So,
It doesn't make any sense, but that was his
Doesn't-
nickname for some reason.
All right. Mark, 1, 2, or 3.
Keep going with one.
Grand Theft. This is the hard section. Grand Theft.
I'm not gonna say
No
Nothing?
idea. No.
MJ,
Nico from GTA 4.
Nico.
Tank, but looking
Um,
at your computer.
I'm not. I have no
As
idea.
he's looking
Oh.
down here.
It's Jose Grand Theft Alvarado.
Jose Alvarado?
Yeah.
Why is, because he used to
Grand
pickpocket
Theft
people.
Alvarado.
That makes
Grand
sense.
Theft
Yeah.
Auto, Grand Theft Alvarado.
Yeah.
All right, MJ, 2 or 3.
2.
Time Lord.
So an old guy. Olds I know. The only one I
that
know
sounds
is
so familiar.
I saw this one too. Is he also on the Lakers?
No, he is not.
Damn it. I looked through every team. Nope, nothing.
Tank,
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Mark.
I think it's the dude from the Trailblazers, if I'm not mistaken. It's not? Okay. Then I don't know.
Yeah, that is going to be one Matt Smith. Matt.
Incorrect.
David Tennant, sir.
Also incorrect. Robert Williams III, the center for the Boston Celtics, is called the Time Lord because he cannot keep track of time. He shows up for late for everything.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, he used to play for Portland.
Well, he
So I
doesn't.
think I
now.
might be right on that.
Okay.
I know, but that's what I was.
Good for
It was the dude from Portland. I couldn't remember his fucking name.
Mark,
Why
you
do
get
they
number
call him the
3
Time Lord?
because I just told you because he's late for everything.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mark, you get the big ragu.
The big ragu.
You get the big ragu. This one makes
The
so much
big
sense.
ragu.
Ragu.
The ragu.
R-A-G-U.
Yeah, okay, like the fucking
Like
the
the
sauce.
pasta sauce.
Like
Yeah.
the
Like
sauce.
the sauce.
So you got to
The
think about.
sauce.
You got to think. That narrows it down.
No,
a
I'm
little.
not going to try to think. No, this is after work hours. We don't think after work hours. No, we just shoot off the cuff, and I'm going to say I have no clue. But
Italian.
MJ?
Vito Corleone.
Incorrect. Frank?
That is Dante DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo, that is correct.
The Big Ragu.
All right.
It's such a dumbass name. That's why I remembered it.
I know. All right. This is going to go out to anybody who can get it, right? Frank's already got the win in the bag.
Okay.
I'm going to be shocked if anyone gets this. And you have to have his first and last name. Bones.
Oh.
because his name is
Bones. His
Yeah.
name is not Bones.
His name is not, it's not Bones.
It's not Bones.
Well, Neil thought that ragu was for Michael Jordan.
No. No, that would be the GOAT.
I'm going to go ahead and say I have no idea
Okay.
what Mr. Highland's first name is.
MJ, Frank,
That's who we're talking about, right? It is that guy.
Bones Highland. Yeah.
It's
What's
Bones
Bones Highland's first name?
No fucking clue.
Nobody knows.
It's.
Nobody
I want to say it's not a hyphenated. It's got a little thingy in it.
An apostrophe?
Apostrophe. Thank you. It's an apostrophe name.
Little thingy.
It's a double.
Writing that
It's a
down.
double
It's got
capital.
a little thingy in it.
It's got a little thingy in it.
It's a double capital name.
This is me
Deshaun.
writing that down. Incorrect.
Okay.
Nashon.
Oh, I mean, come on.
That's not the man's name. You had
I
to
know,
get the name.
We're taking a shot in the dark. That's close.
Got a little thingy.
The little thingy in it.
in
Yeah.
it. There we go. Name of the episode. Got it. All right.
Got it. Wrote it
Wow,
down.
guys-
That was fun.
Frank, you're okay at this. Everybody else sucks.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and
I-
I will give MJ credit. I did not know if you were going to get any of these, depending on where these ended up lining up and who picked what. I'm proud of you for getting one.
Yeah,
Good
you
job
got
on
Giannis.
your pre-
I did. So the bit that we did last week, I was looking at Basketball Reference. I was doing a lot of looking at Basketball Reference, and I saw someone who had a really funny nickname, and I could not find it again. So I did legitimately look through every team trying to find the Europeans, trying to figure out which European I found the funny name for, and I could not do it. So I did see a good number of them and just did not internalize them.
Do you remember the nickname at all?
No, that's the other problem.
Okay. I
That
was gonna
That would
say,
have been helpful.
The-
All right.
the
would've
Europeans
helped.
have weird ones.
would have
Or
helped.
very
That's
obvious ones. Like the
20
Big
minutes
Red.
of my life I'll never get back. Let's start talking about the Super Bowl.
Thank
And everyone except for a select few are very happy because Superman lost his cape. Mark, react to the game. What'd you see?
Kansas City played football when
That's mean.
there was nobody else playing football against them. They got shut out in the first 3 quarters of that game, and then when they decided to start playing, it was because they had pulled starters and really were just celebrating at that point. So they got some points in at the end. It was a thorough ass kicking. That much is true. I'll tell you what, Vic Fangio had some game plan, huh? Really put the wood out there. I mean, it really shows Vance what he should be doing around here, and we need to generate some more pressure with 4 men in order to make that happen. And that's I saw that there was an interesting statistic at some point during the game where when you get sacked in a Super Bowl without getting actually blitzed, those teams are 5-0 in Super Bowls. That is a really interesting statistic. They didn't send more than 4 rushers, like literally the entire game. Like they didn't, and they were able to.
It was
get
a 0%.
Yeah.
It was a 0 blitz.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And because of that, and they still generated pressure, and because of that, Patrick Mahomes had nowhere to throw the ball for 3 quarters of the game. It was just a masterclass. It was thorough butt kicking, and the halftime show was amazing.
Agreed. MJ, your reaction?
That is all good points. Ditto. The halftime show was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot, and I mostly played Hello Kitty Island Adventure. But I did watch the game a little bit in my periphery when I wasn't playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and it was not good necessarily because the Chiefs didn't do anything. So that's my thoughts.
Tank?
Oh yeah, that the score is not indicative of how thorough of an ass kicking that actually was. If they wouldn't have been playing backups in the fourth quarter, that actually probably could have been a shutout. And like you said, the Eagles defense, and it kind of makes sense if you can get pressure with 0 blitzers, you're probably winning almost every game. If you're getting that much pressure and getting sacks, that means the rest of your defense can play their positions without worrying about it. And they just dominated. I mean, I think the biggest surprise of the day was that Saquon Barkley didn't get 100 yards. That was crazy. And then Travis Kelce 0-0-0 on the board. I mean, you completely shut out one of their biggest weapons and and their defense stopped the Eagles' biggest weapon, we thought, but Jalen Hurts made that into a game, and he took it over on offense and just did what he wanted on that field, seemingly. And so impressive performance by Jalen and the rest of that offense. And then just what an ass kicking by that defense from top to bottom. Pressure, interceptions, forced fumbles, everything you could possibly do except for get a safety. They did it.
Mark, you stole my thunder just a little bit. I was going to actually use the word masterclass in terms of how Vic Fangio game planned for this game. This is the first time in a long time that I have seen Andy Reid get outcoached. Sirianni and his staff knew that Spags was going to take away Saquon. And so they drew up a game plan where they were going to take advantage of all of their talent in every other position and win a football game. And yes, there were turnovers. Yes, there was a defensive score. Jalen Hurts was fantastic in this game, ladies and gentlemen. He was absolutely amazing. The MVP is well-deserved. Couldn't be more happy for a young man. Couldn't be more happy for he or Saquon, right? As I really like both of those players. And not blitzing once, and you get home like that, that Chiefs offensive line with 5 guys couldn't block 4. And that's a problem. And that's going to lead me into my next question here. Going forward, Mark, the Chiefs have some serious questions to answer, not the least of which 2 of their 3 most important receiving targets might retire. They don't have anything that amounts to a running back who can take over a football game. And Mahomes looked pedestrian. What are they going to do?
Yeah, and you didn't mention the fact that their best defensive player is probably going to retire too.
That too.
I'm not sure what the Chiefs are going to do, but they're in for a rude awakening, and that offensive line looked like dog shit in this game. They've been letting Patrick get beat up a little bit this year. He's had more sacks this year than he's had his entire career. So that offensive line is going to need to get looked at. The door here in the AFC West is wide open, ladies and gentlemen, and it is much earlier than we thought it would be, isn't it? The door is just wide open. The Chiefs look very. I don't know, average after the Super Bowl. And I know that's a reaction of one game after, they've won so many and got to the Super Bowl and did everything that they did. But we almost beat them, once this year. And the Broncos look like they could be on the way up, and the Chiefs look like they're absolutely falling apart at this point. And, this is an overreaction 5 days after the game or whatever. It feels like it's been 6 weeks since that game happened. But at the same time, we are looking at an AFC West that is wide the fuck open all of a sudden, aren't we?
We are. Tank?
I actually don't think it's an overreaction at all. What we saw happen on Sunday was the end result of what we've been seeing almost all year long. A team that was scraping by, that was making wins happen somehow, but finally not having anything go their way, and their offense just falling to pieces and finally getting beat up. We saw the offensive line that we've seen, like you said, most of this year, where Patrick got hit more than he ever had. And we're talking about not just 4-on-5, it was 4-on-6 many times. And they were still getting into the pocket. They were still shutting everything down. We're seeing what happened when the team finally got burnt out. They've been playing on fumes most of the year. It's like, they went 15-2. That was a dangerous 15-2. That was a sketchy 15-2. And we finally saw one team put it all together and just completely smash them in the face over and over and over again. So I'm not surprised, actually, by this. And yeah, they've got a lot of shit to answer for this free agency season, and going into next season. Who are they going to have? They might lose their top target. They might lose their best defender, and we don't know what else. But we finally saw they've lost enough pieces at this point that they weren't able to squeeze it out at the end here. And that's what happens when you have a team that keeps winning. We saw it happen in Tampa. We saw it happen in Carolina in the hockey world, where they just kept winning, and then eventually you just burn out. There's nothing left, and that's what we're seeing.
And Jay?
I think it's time for them to do my favorite activity in sports games when you can pretend to be the general manager, and that's blow it the fuck up.
Blow everything up.
Trade everybody. Have no beings who have ever played a professional football game before. Have everyone be from the practice squad or children, because then you get to have more fun when you trade all the children when they're good. That's the game plan.
Who are you, the Rockies?
That sounds like what they do around here.
Yeah.
I trade the children for players who don't have broken backs all the time. I would not have made the Chris Bryant trade.
I laughed so hard when I saw that. Anyways.
We were watching, this is wildly unrelated, but we were watching MLB highlights this morning, and one of the ones was like, it was the opening day this year for the Rockies, and it was a walk-off grand slam, and Mom was like, we were at that game, and I was like, oh yeah, I think I was, and then we looked and we were like, holy fuck, I forgot Chris Bryant was there. I thought he was hurt. I think I saw him play every game he was in, because he only played like 6 of them.
He didn't play often, that's for sure.
Right. Mark, you're absolutely right. They got to look at this offensive line. I would not be surprised if D-Hop and Jones and Kelsey, all 3 retired. I don't know if you saw some of the same footage that I did post-game, where Kelsey just didn't move on some plays. Like, he just wasn't. There's clearly something wrong, whether it was a nagging injury or something that's just going to carry forward. He just didn't seem like he had it. Isaiah Pacheco did not look like the Isaiah Pacheco pre-injury, so there's going to have to be questions answered there. And at some point, every championship team that doesn't do the Tom Brady deal has to pay the championship tax. And the tax is now being paid.
The cheese tax?
The Chiefs tax, right?
The Chiefs tax.
The Chiefs tax. The Chiefs
tax. When you're going to win all those games, Patrick Mahomes, they're going to trade your players, and you're not going to be good.
Right.
The Chiefs tax.
They are going to get some help back on the outside when Rashee Rice comes back. That's some speed on the outside. to couple with Worthy, who really is a very good player. But is he going to be the same? He just destroyed his knee. What's going to happen now? So no one's more happy about that than I, because I'm sick and tired of Mahomes and the Chiefs and the success they've had. Screw those guys. Come back down to earth. Go fuck yourselves. All right, that's enough of the Super Bowl. Let's put one final bow on the NFL season. And for the final time, Mark, give us some pew pick'em.
All right, Matt just wants to hear that he's the winner again, but I'm here for it because it's time for Pew Pick'em post Super Bowl edition. Just to recap, the Super Bowl, we had a wild Frank bet that needed to come in order for him to gain a point. Plus, he had the Chiefs winning. Neither of those things happened. So, Frank, unfortunately, you fell a little bit short again in the playoffs. And Matt, you do win. And also, dipshit as well. You are undefeated. Congratulations. That was Pew Pick'em for the year. We'll see you guys next year. Yeah, we'll see you guys next year with the Pew. I'm thinking of some new ideas for the off season as well. There may be a bring your own Pew bet per week where I give you guys 30 seconds to give me a hot bet, something like that every week that we can do. Some new stuff coming just to keep Pew top of mind going into the off season.
I like every bit of that. And if nothing else, we'll be back in September with some more Pew. All right. If you have not been paying attention to the hockey world, there is no All-Star break this year because they are playing the Four Nations Challenge. And we would be remiss if we did not give a few moments to our hockey nerd, the dipshit, and give you the dipshit's Four Nations preview report.
Okay, for starters, we have to agree that we can't call it by the dumb English name because the French name is better. It's Confrontation Day Four Nations. Anyway.
Confrontation Day.
Confrontation
Day. Wait.
Quatre Nations.
Quatre Nations. Anyway, insert baguette joke here. So there's 4 teams, obviously, by the name. It's Canada, US, Sweden, and Finland. Could the Czech Republic had a team? Yes. Did they get to have one? No. RIP, I guess. So the quick overview, the Canada's team has every good forward you can think of. Yes, even him. And their defense is fine, and their goalies are ass. Their best goalie is the goalie for the Blues. So
we won't mention him by name because he sucks.
Yeah. Right. So they may win games, but they will be winning games like 8-9, or 9-8. Which I will say though, they did go up 3-1, and now it's tied.
I say it's tied in a.
Yeah. They're good work, Jordan. Way to go. The next team is Finland, which has the other team, some of the other forwards you care about, specifically Lecky and Rantanen for Avs fans, and then just a bunch of consonants lined up together.
It is weird when you look through the roster. Yeah.
They've got some good players. They've got good defensemen. They've got like Sasha Barkov and Sebastian Aho, but the good Sebastian Aho, not the other Sebastian Aho. And then they also have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, which he's not going to see any game time, I don't think, but I enjoy saying his name.
That is a fun name.
The next team is Sweden. They have some guys, Will Nylander and like Mika Zibanejad, and also Victor Hedman, who, if you line him up with the other Swedes on the starting line, I don't know if you guys watched it, but they had them all lined up and it was like short guy, Victor Hedman. I don't know what the fuck they feed that man, but that is a big dude. And their goalies are like, they have Linus Ullmark. They're not starting him. So Erik Karlsson's on that team. And then last but not least is the US hashtag red, white, and blue. These colors don't run. We have, what the fuck is his name? Austin Matthews, who I'm very happy about. And then we've got the one Hughes brother who's not injured or a child. We have the the Kachuk brothers. And then we've got Chris Kreider. We've got like Jack Eichel. We've got decent defensemen, and we also have the best goalie core on the planet. And so we will be winning games 1-0. So I think, honestly, Sweden and Finland especially is going to have a rough time because they had approximately 700 people die directly before the tournament. Sweden might also have a rough time. I think it's going to end up being between Canada and the States. And because I think that even though they're running a power play of McDavid, Crosby, McKinnon, Makar, and Reinhart, I think that we have goalies that are good enough that will stop them.
Damn, that's a hell
And
of a line.
it's very short though, which is nice. It's only like a week, which makes me very happy because then we can get back to the other stuff.
This
Da-da-da.
this tournament reminds me a lot, or a little bit at least, in just presentation of the old ice hockey game. And I was telling my wife about how the dipshit and I used to play that game for literally hours. And I don't know if you guys remember that one, the old Nintendo, the old first ice hockey game where you had like 5 teams. You had Canada, US, USSR, Sweden. Who else was there? I think the Finns had a team, and then like Czechoslovakia had a team or something like that. And then you could pick your different guys, and they were Skinny Mario, Medium Mario, and Fat Mario. And I would always run with an entire team of Fat Marios because you could just bully the shit out of people. And I would just run the fuck over my niece when she was like 13 years old, and it would be like 63-2 or worse. We played that game for hours.
Fucking obliterated.
I was also very drunk. Very, very drunk.
It's a good drunk activity playing video
Yes,
games.
it is. We do have breaking news. Mark, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but we have a major signing in Major League Baseball.
Is it Bregman?
It is.
Bregman to the Red Sox.
Yes!
We don't get Arenado. We don't have to deal with Nolan Arenado on the team.
We got Bregman?
You got Bregman. It is being reported
We don't
by
get
Fox
that means
Sports
we're not
and
getting Nolan
The
Arenado.
Athletic.
That means we're not getting Nolan Arenado. I am so
is
fucking happy.
Thank God. 3 years, 120.
Yep.
I'll take that.
$40 million a year.
Give me that righty. Oh
As
my
a-
god!
Yeah,
Thank
as
you. That is
opposed to
huge.
Nolan Arenado. Thanks.
Oh my god! I couldn't even imagine him relinking up with Trevor Story and Trevor Story just beating the shit out of him every day.
I was super excited to get a Nolan Arenado Red Sox jersey and just terrorize Sarah.
That's
she
a
hates
dirt
him.
move, but yeah.
I'm
She
gonna
absolutely hates him.
have that one and the
we
story
know.
jersey.
It's like-
Anyone that's a Rockies fan a little bit hates him at this point.
I am happy now. Okay, that's
All right,
great
cool.
breaking news.
Glad I
Good
could share
job.
that with you.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, let's move on to Dipshit of the Week. And we're going right back to you, Dipshit, because it's your segment. You always lead it. Take it away.
Okay, good. I am going to start this by saying that I did no additional fact checking on what I'm about to say
Well, this should
because
be cool.
I like my mental health and I like my search history relatively clean. That being said, I saw a TikTok that said that Jerkmate is getting a battle pass. And they have names for the different levels of jerkery. Give me just a moment.
You know, I didn't know how you were going to say that, but that makes sense.
So they have
Jerkery.
it's standard like
Standard.
ranked ideals. So they have the bronze beater. They have
God.
don't worry, it gets good.
It's already good.
That's a good start.
I have
Battle pass for Jerkmate. We're already
Yeah.
there. We're past good.
Silver Stroker, Golden Gooner, Emerald Edger, Platinum Puller, and their idea of diamond is Grand Masturbator. Now, again, I have seen one video about this, and I'm about to send it to you guys, but I did no additional checking. I saw it, and I saved it, and I was like, this is my dipshit. I do not care if it's real. So, there you go. Jerkmate. Good
All
work.
right.
So the implication of that is that people are paying for it, correct? Because
Well,
Battle
yeah,
Pass,
because I thought Jerkmate was a paid one.
I'm sure it is.
There you go.
But-
I just sent you guys the video.
The implication of that is that you have grown adults competing over who can beat off more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Everyone wins a prize.
Get ranked.
Yeah. Right? Even if you lose, you won.
Yeah, even if you lose, you won. Yep.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
I'm going to make this one kind of quick, but we were just talking about the Chiefs and how they may not have any receivers. Well, they're not going to go back to Kadarius Toney, I can tell you that. There was a police report that came out a couple hours ago from February 7th. I'll let you guys do the research on it. I'm not going to say anything about it, but he's not playing football again, ladies and gentlemen. There is your dipshit of the week, Kadarius Toney. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ.
Couldn't catch a ball, but he could catch a charge. Frank, what do you got?
Again, catch another charge. Yeah. I'm gonna go kind of lighthearted here because I think it's funny. Dak came out saying that he thinks they're very close to competing with the Eagles, and if you believe that, you're an asshole. Because to put the Cowboys and the Eagles in the same conversation after what happened this year is absolutely psychotic. So yeah, Dak, you're a fucking dipshit.
Didn't they lose to them this year by a combined score of like 75-12?
Yeah, some crazy shit. Yeah.
He's just looking at his past.
Yeah.
Uh,
And their response to that was to hire Brian Schottenheimer as their head coach. So
Yeah,
There
the
you
funny
go.
thing about that is that Jalen Hurts has more playoff wins since 2000 than the Cowboys do. Think about that for a second.
that is a funny stat.
Well, there must be something in the water down
Jalen
there because
Hurts.
Micah Parsons said that they'd be catching championships he did some kind of live where he was playing a game and he said that they'd be catching championships next year. So
Yeah, sure.
it's not just Dak, it's Micah Parsons too.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's LSD or mushrooms.
Something like that.
Jerry juice.
Jerry
Well,
juice. No one wants to catch Jerry
okay.
juice. No one wants to-
Okay, we already had that segment. Let's move on.
I just said 2 words. We were speculating on what they could
That's
be
the
on.
order package on Jerry juice. That's the
So I had 2 honorable mentions. Thankfully, Tank, you took one of mine. I was going to go with Dak because I thought that was absolutely hysterical. My other honorable mention is Cam Newton. I don't know if you saw how he doubled down on his nonsense from last week when he was asked, would you trade your MVP for a Super Bowl trophy? He's like, no, MVP means I did my job. More insight into the mindset and the reason probably why Cam Newton didn't amount to much after the Super Bowl. Cam Newton basically was talking about how he was the first pick in the draft. And it's hard for someone who's not a quarterback to impact the overall game. And I get that particular point. But he says he walked into the Panthers locker room after their 2-14 season, and the team was a locker room of losers. Okay, sure. You're allowed to have your opinion. However, I wouldn't piss off Steve Smith Sr. because he took umbrage to that. And I think if he ever catches him in Atlanta, he's going to whoop his ass. To borrow the phrase from Aqib Talib. That's just stupid. My real dipshit of the week, and this is lighthearted and quick. The first time in history, someone has lost the Super Bowl halftime show. My dipshit of the week is Drake. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to you lose
Okay,
a halftime
that was
show.
How are you
That
going to
was
call a
good.
room full of people losers when you're the one who was fucking crying at the end of that game
Yeah, right.
and had to
Right on the
leave
ball.
the press tour because people were making fun of you?
Yeah, right. All right. Final thoughts. Talk about the things. Tank, what do you got?
selling cookies. That's all I'm doing at this point in my life. My cookies, my girls' cookies. If you want either one, you can contact me at Tank Knox Nostalgia Collectibles. And if I ever figure out how to actually get back into my page, Frank the Tank's Cookie Bank. Having some issues getting into that. I'm not sure what that's about. Besides that, I'm enjoying basketball because we're good at basketball. And Joker is a fucking just the best in the world. We can't fight it. He's gonna win MVP again, I think. And yeah, besides that, it's cold and I'm stuck in my house with a bunch of people who don't want to be here. So there we go.
All right, MJ.
I have another story to tell. So today I got off a meeting that I didn't want to be on, and I took the meeting in here because Mom was asleep. And you guys know me. I like to fuck with all my shit that I have over here. And while I was fucking with stuff, I found a baseball that has signatures on it. And I was like, ooh, what an interesting ball with signatures on it. I know that's Clint Hurdle, but I don't know who any of these other fuckers are. I spent like 20 to 30 minutes digging through fucking Baseball Reference, trying to identify exactly what year that this ball got signed by players. And I was even going so far as to compare signatures to who I thought was signed it. And I did identify it. It's from 2004, and this ball is signed by Clint Hurdle, Luis Gonzalez, Mark Kroon, and Aaron Miles. I don't know who those other two guys are. It's fine.
Aaron Miles was great. I loved Aaron Miles when he was here. He wasn't here long, but he was fun.
That was in 2000. I was 7. I don't remember that, man.
Yeah.
But I did all of that, and then as soon as I figured it out, I realized that they print the year on the baseball. So in case you were curious how tired I was.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
That's so good.
That's very good. All right, Mark.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I got nothing. Baseball season. We've got baseball. This is the podcast where I mentioned that we start baseball, and I mentioned this again, the jersey. This jersey. That's the one that you got me.
I'm aware.
Yeah. When the Rockies lost to the
I am
Red
also
Sox.
aware.
Yeah. That
I'm
was a
also
good time.
aware. Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah, I'm sure. For one of us.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it. No, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, good.
I hope
Right on.
Boston loses everything always.
Yeah, let's look ahead to the next few podcasts. We are definitely going to be layering in some more hockey and some more basketball in addition to the aforementioned baseball, because we do have some time before baseball actually matters. But we've got some really good basketball and some really good hockey being played right now. I do want to give a quick shout out to ESPN. Those jabronis plugged the Western Conference into their analytic computer, and the analytic computer said that the biggest favorite to make the Western Conference Finals is the Oklahoma City Thunder. I understand that. They're running away with the conference. That makes sense. Number 2 was the Los Angeles Lakers. And I don't know if ESPN actually realizes that was after one game where the Lakers beat Utah, which isn't a very good team this year. And they don't have a big. And thank God for Brian Windhorst, who has said some really dumb things, like the Lakers had the best performance in a sweep ever. But he did say, yeah, but none of those other teams have to guard Nikola Jokic. So good on Brian Windhorst for actually saying that. Make sure you catch us on all of our social channels. You can find My Brother's an Idiot on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at The Idiot Goons. You can also find us on Facebook at My Brother's an Idiot. Yes, look for that logo. God, I hate it when the goddamn camera's backwards so you can read this sign. It's over there. It's over there. You can reach Mark on his Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at Puffle Time, or you can reach my Twitch and Twitter at Puffleopicus, or my TikTok at King Goon Smoke. We did bacon wrapped Oreos with a dab of peanut butter for a Super Bowl party. I am here to tell you
those look good.
Those will change your life. People like it was football families of teams, families we used to coach with. And I brought them and they were like, what the hell is this? And I told them, like, I don't know about that. Then somebody tried them, like, oh my God. Like, yeah, I didn't know if it was going to work either. It absolutely worked. Those are coming back. We're doing that again. At any rate, for the absent Milty, we love you, Milty.
We
Milty.
love you, Milty.
Beauty.
Milty.
For
Good luck in
MJ.
Vegas.
Yeah, good luck in Vegas. Have a good time. For MJ Tank and for Mark, my name is Matt. Make sure you take care of yourselves, take care of your families, take care of each other. This has been my Brothers in Idiot. We'll catch you next time. See ya.